is our duty to support this leadership in trying to advance our places in the future of South Africa. So we're going to do an opening prayer, and so that what we are sitting here now is for the General Assembly. And we want to deal with some of the issues clearly, lay some to bed, and those we cannot lay to bed, we keep them awake until we have a tranquilizer for them. So it's not a do or die affair. It's a process of bringing respect and honor to the procedures of enlarging our community. Please allow me to invite the Secretary of the Council of States and the President of Ebonyi State Union, South Africa, Dr. Fidelis Wangwo, to say the opening prayer. Dr. Fidelis, my respect is tendered.
Ọmama masị amasị, Chineke kere ụwa, Chineke kere Igbo. Anyị bụ ụmụ gị ndị Igbo bi na South Africa, agbakọgo na mgbede a ka anyị kenee gị, jaa gị mma n'ihi na ọgụ nwa kpọkọtara anyị ebe a na mgbede a ka anyị bịa tụọ alo etu oge si dịrị Igbo na mma na South Africa. Chineke nke pụrụ ime ihe niile, biko anyị na-ayọ gị ka inye anyị amamihe zuru oke na mgbede a, nye anyị ịfụnanya nke ụmụnne, ka ihe niile anyị ga-eme taa bụ ihe ga-ametara ndị Igbo mkpụrụ ọma na South Africa. Chineke nna, anyị na-ewere ụmụnne anyị ndị nke ka n'ụzọ na-abịa, biko mee ka okporo ụzọ chekwaa ha ka ha rute ebe a n'udo, ka ha soro anyị, ka ihe anyị ga-eme taa bụ ihe anyị ga-eji bunye afa nsọ gị dị otito. Anyị na-ayọkwazi gị Chineke, na-ewere ụmụ okorobịa anyị nọ n'obodo a na-enyefe gị n'aka, na ọnwụ ike akarịgo n'ebe ndị Igbo nọ. Anyị na-ayọ gị Jehova, ọ bụ nọọ nzukọ anyị na-eme na mgbede a na atụmatụ anyị ga-atụta ebe a ga-eweta njedobe na ọnwụ ike a na-egbu ụmụ okorobịa anyị. Chineke nye anyị amamihe. A na-ayọkwazi gị Chineke ka Ọhanaeze ndị Igbo South Africa bụrụ ihe ga-afọ ọganiru ebe pụrụ iche. N'ihe anyị na-ayọ gị kamgbe, ka o nwee ebe anyị ga-asị nekwa ebe ụlọ ndị Igbo nọ na South Africa. Ndị obodo ọzọ enwechago, ndị China enwego, Ethiopia enwego, ndị ọzọ enwechago. Anyị na-ayọ gị Jehova, ọbụna dị akụ na ụba anyị ga-eje nweta ihe dị etu aha. Chineke ekwekwana ka ọkọ anyị ụkọ. Anyị na-ayọ gị Jehova, obodo anyị nọ, anyị afụgono ka ha siri dobe anyị ebe a ka anyị na-azụ ụmụ anyị. Chineke ekwekwana ka ụmụaka anyị na-azụ n'obodo agaghị ụzọ, mee ka ha bụrụ ndị a ga-eji na-ama atụ. A na-ayọ gị Chineke, mgbe anyị ga-emecha ihe niile anyị ga-eme taa, mgbe anyị ga-anamakwazi, biko duo anyị n'otu n'otu, duruo anyị n'udo, ka ọ dị enwe n'onye a ga-akụ akụkọ ọjọọ n'isi ya. Nye anyị udo zuru oke, nye anyị ngọzi zuru oke, nye anyị akọ na uche na amamihe zuru oke. Kwee ka udo nke gị chịa n'etiti anyị, kwee ka ịfụnanya nke ụmụnne chịa n'etiti anyị, ka ọ ga-abụ mgbe anyị ga-anọsi ebe a ka afa nsọ gị bụrụ ihe a ga-enye otito. Ihe niile a ka anyị yọrọ gị, wee kweta na ị ga-emezuru ya n'afa Jizọs Kraịst bụ Onyenwe anyị.
It is my pleasure to invite the President of Ọhanaeze Ndigbo South Africa, Dr. ABC Okoko, to deliver his welcome address and report. Mr. President.
Once more, I welcome all of us to this first Grand General Assembly of Ọhanaeze Ndigbo South Africa at Da Vinci Hotel, Sandton here. I want us to know that, yes, we have few days for us to clock 100 days, just 3 or 4 days. So more or less, today is like our first 100 days in office, incidentally. And then I am very grateful to all of us who have made our time to come to this General Assembly. I know there are those who are still on their way because of business and other things. Ana m ekele ma ndị chiri echichi, ma ndị ọrụ aka dị iche iche, ma ndị ọchịchị dị iche iche. Ana m anabata unu si nnọọ. M ga-eji Igbo akọpụtara unu ife gbasara Ọhaneze anyị nọ n'ime ya for the past 100 days or otu narị ụbọchị nke atụkọtara anyị sị ka anyị wee kwado ma kwụọ ụgbọ eji eme ka ọganihu dị n'ala ndị Igbo site na Ọhaneze. Nkwucha okwu a n'ihi na o nwere ihe m rụtụrụ aka na mbụ, m ga-achọ ka anyị formalize our salutation n'ihi na constitution anyị nwere slogan ma ihe anyị na-eji ekwerekata ma ihe anyị na-eji ekwurikata okwu. M ga-achọ ka anyị niile buru ya n'obi ka anyị na-apụ n'ụbọchị ebe a taa. Ka udo dị. Na ụbọchị a nke bụ ụbọchị atọ ka e ruo otu narị onye webatara anyị na ọchịchị, anyị ebidogo ihe dị iche iche ma na-alụkwa ọlụ n'ụzọ dị iche iche. Ihe niile anyị na-eme bụ ịkwado ma izi mwepụta obi nke ndị na-alụrụ n'ọlụ na nkwamike ha na enyemaka niile nke unu na-enyere anyị ka anyị hụ na ọlụ agara nke ọma. Ana m asị ka anyị kọrọ onwe anyị ka anyị kọrọ n'onwe Ọhaneze aka. Ihe mbụ m ga-arụtụ aka bụ ihe gbasara ọnọdụ ihe nkụta anyị maọbụ financial health anyị for the past 100 days a maka otu narị anyị nọ. Ọ bụ n'ezie taa na anyị gakwa enwe ihe omume iji echeta na unu si anyị bidoro unu ọrụ. N'otu aka, m ga-achọ ka anyị leba anya ka Ọhaneze ji na-aga n'iru, ka anyị si na-akwụ ụgbọ a tupu anyị ma wee bata n'ọchịchị. Nke kachasị nke n'ụzọ ihe eji enweta nwa ọhụrụ maọbụ akpata obi esi ike nke a na-akpọ ego. Ụzọ anyị si enweta ego na ụzọ anyị si elekọta ya, m ga-achọ ka anyị niile gee ntị n'ihi na ọ dị mkpa. M ga-ebidogodi ịkọrọ unu ihe anyị na-emego n'ụbọchị otu narị a nke anyị nọ n'elu ya. Nke mbụ, anyị ewepụtago ụfọdụ atụmatụ maọbụ nke a na-akpọ strategy policies, dịka nke a na-akpọ atụmatụ nke iji achịkọta ihe bụ ihe gbasara ka anyị si arụ ọrụ na Ọhaneze ma nke anyị na-akpọ management policy. Anyị enwekwara atụmatụ n'ime obi inyekwara ndị ime obi aka ịhazi onwe ha. Anyị kpọrọ nke ahụ ime obi administration policy. Anyị nwekwara atụmatụ maka nnọkọrịta na nkwurịta okwu na mmerịkọta dị ụzọ iche iche ma nke anyị na-akpọ media policy. Ihe a bụ ihe ndị anyị na-ewepụtara. Onye chọọ, eche na ọtụtụ n'ime anyị ahụkwala ụmụ atụmatụ ndị a. Ọ nọ na ebe anyị na-eji ekwerịkata okwu n'ekwentị anyị maọbụ our platform. Biko ka anyị kpọtụrụ ebe ahụ. Nke ọzọ, anyị echekwala echiche gbasara ihe anyị na-akpọ egwu nke anyị ga na-agụ iji nwee nzukọ na nkwado iguzokọta dịka ụmụnne. Ma ọ bụrụ na bekee ha kpọ ya anthem, anyị enwere ha na-akpọ organizational anthem. Nke m ga-achọkwa mgbe a na-ekwu okwu ya, enwere ike akpọtụrụ anyị ya ka anyị wee nụ ka o si ada. Ọ bụrụ na ọhịa dị anyị mma, anyị were si n'ọhịa anyị ga na-agụrụ onwe anyị. Mgbe ọ bụla anyị zukọtara, anyị kwesịrị ịgụ ihe ahụ, n'ihi na ọ bụrụ na Naịjirịa unu pụta anyị na-agụ national anthem ọgụ otu a, biko unu kọrọ n'onwe unu aka. Anyị achọkwala ụzọ wee metụrụ ndị niile bụ ndị ihe ego nwere ike inyere anyị aka n'ime ka ọganihu dị na Ọhaneze. Ma onye a na-akpọ sponsorship, anyị na ha akụtụrụ ha aka. Mgbe a ji ajụ ajụjụ, m ga-ekwuru unu ihe mere anyị ji chọọ ihe a na-akpọ corporate sponsors. Maka dịka o si dị, ma ijighị ego, ijighị aka, ijighị ume, ijighị ụzọ, o nweghị ihe iji. So aga agba aka ahụ nwata eze n'anụ, agakwa na agba aka achịkọta Ọhaneze. So anyị na-eme ihe niile n'ụzọ dịrị anyị mfe ka anyị wee hụ na ụgbọ a anyị na-akwa dị ka o kwesịrị. Anyị gakwara na alaka anyị nọ na ebe a na-akpọ North West ga nyekwa aka ewee duo ndị niile bụ ndị ha rọpụtara n'ọrụ. Biko n'okupụtara ndị North West aka. Ana m ekele onye kachasị bụ onye nke bụ onye nyefere ọchịchị ahụ. Ihe anyị na-achọ ọwụ ọchịchị gị bụ inyefee ya. So o nwere onye mere ya anụ, anyị dịkwa obi dị anyị ụtọ, anyị emego nke ahụ. Nke ọzọkwa, anyị ebidola maka ịhụ na enwere nchịkọta na otu Ọhaneze na Western Cape. N'ihi na Western Cape enwere Ọhaneze ụzọ abụọ, beta anyị ma ndị anyị na ha so. Anyị na-emekwa aka anyị ka mmadụ niile ka ha bịa na okpuru Ọhaneze South Africa. Biko kọrọ n'onwe n'aka. Anyị ebidokwana na-ele anya ka anyị ga-esi nyere ndị nọ na alaka anyị na ngalaba anyị niile dị iche iche aka, ka ha wee ụmụnne anyị ha ndị n'ebe ahụ ka ha wee nwee ike ị na-ahụ ihe a ga-eji na-enwetakwanụ ihe a ga na-eji enyere ndụ aka. Ma ọ bụrụ na bekee ha sọ empowerment programs, anyị nwere empowerment deals nke anyị kpọkwara ndị provinces si ka ha bata ka ọ fevọkwa ndị nke anyị. Ihe ahụ ya ka ọ si dịrị ihe ndị anyị na-emela na otu narị anyị nọ. This is the first 100 days. This is what we have achieved so far. Now, project in progress. Ka ife ndị anyị na-ele anya, ka ife ndị anyị na-eme, anyị ka na-alụ n'elu ya. O nwere ka ndị anyị ka ji, ndị anyị na-emechabeghị. Nke mbụ, anyị na-ele anya maka ihe onyonyo anyị nke igwe a na-akpọ website. Anyị ka na-edevelop ya, emechabeghị ya. Mebi Chineke nye aka na izu ụka abụọ na-abịa abịa enwere ike ya dị up and running. Biko anyị ga-asị ka tikwa anyị na-ekpere, n'ihi na ihe niile bụ site n'ike Chineke, ọ n'ike mmadụ. Nke ọzọ, anyị elekwala anya gbasara ihe eji deba afọ anyị na ọba nke gọọmenti nke obodo a maọbụ ndị ọchịchị nke obodo a. Anyị na-ele anya finalize our legal standing na corporate affairs na ihe a na-akpọ Corporate and Intellectual Property Commission nke South Africa. Dịka anyị rụtụkwara ihe egwu nke anyị ga na-eji ejikọta onwe anyị na Ọhaneze, anyị ka na-achọkwa ime ka ihe ahụ ka ọ dị nnọọ mma, dị ọfụma, tọọ ụtọ. So ka mgbe e ruru na 2025 ka anyị wee wepụta ya ka anyị bịa jaa ya mma. So anyị na-ele anya 2025 na anyị ga-alọnchi our anthem. Mgbe ahụ a ga-eme ya dị available to everybody. Nke ọzọkwa, anyị kakwa na-eji agakwa n'iru na-ekwukwara ndị niile bụ ndị ji ego, our corporate sponsors. Anyị ka na-eme engage. It's a continuous thing. I wonder if I na-eme once and for all. Finally, dịka anyị ga-ahụ n'ụbọchị nke taa, anyị na-achọkwa ka ewepụta ihe a na-akpọ constitutional reforms. Na-achọ ka anyị nwetu constitutional reforms n'ụfọdụ ihe gbasara mmerịkọta anyị na Ọhaneze. Meaning that at the end, m ga-achọ ka anyị debata anya na akwụkwọ nke bụ akwụkwọ njikọ nke ji anyị niile na Ọhaneze, ka ihe anyị na-aga nke ọma. Nke ọzọzi m ga-achọ ka m rụtụrụ n'aka bụ maka next year going forward. Anyị ekwuola okwu ihe anyị na-emego, kwuokwana okwu ihe nke anyị na-eme ugbu a. Anyị ga-ekwu ihe anyị gasị eme afọ na-abịa abịa. Calendar of projects for 2025. The next one. Now the calendar of our projects for 2025, anyị ga-enwe ụmụ events anyị nwere. And ihe jiri ewepụta the calendar of projects ahụ ka ndị niile nọ na agalaba anyị ma our organs ka ha mara ihe ọbụla ha na-efiksi ka ha ndeba anya na our calendar, and emechaa anyị ga-eme ka calendar ruo mmadụ niile aka ka ọ dịrị otu a. Nke mbụ, anyị na-ele anya na 16 March anyị ga-enwe our Imobi election. Ọ mgbe ahụ ka ndị Imobi kwesịrị na anyị ga-eme election anyị, n'ihi na anyị jisiri ike ka anyị mee ya sometime in September. Asị okenye maka otu o si dị ọsịsọ, asị ka anyị dowe ya March. Nke m ga-achọ ndị niile bụ ndị ọ gbasara ka ha wee bịa ụbọchị ahụ na 16 March 2025. Ụbọchị ahụ ka anyị ga-enwe General Assembly. Anyị ga-ahụ ka anyị ga-esi mee ya. Na May 18, anyị ga-alọnchi Igbo Heritage Center anyị. Anyị ga-alọnchi ya. Mgbe anyị na-alọnchi ya, it's more or less flag waving. It's not like anyị ebidogo, we just wave the flags, anyị achọghị ibido ihe a ka ndị Igbo zukata ka anyị mụtụ elu ka anyị ga-esi mee ya ka ọ gaa. Na July, mba na June, anyị ga-enwe Igbo Children Interfaith Initiative, more or less maka ụmụ anyị. Anyị ga-achọ ka anyị nwee ihe a ga na-eji Ọhaneze, ọ bụ clubs, ọ bụ ndị ihe a, ka Ọhaneze niile ma ndị nọ na provinces everywhere ka anyị na-amakata onwe anyị, na-ejikọta onwe anyị, na-akparịkata, ha na-akparịkata wee na-amata onwe ha. Otu a ka anyị chọrọ ka anyị chọkọta ya. So anyị dọwara ihe ahụ na between 14 and 16 June, mgbe ahụ ama m ha na-enwe youth day, youth period, mgbe ahụ ka anyị ga-eme ya. Na July, anyị ga-enwe General Assembly nke ndị okenye. Na September, anyị ga-enwe ihe a na-akpọ Global Ndị Igbo Cultural Tour, more or less a cultural fest, nke anyị ga-ekwukwa okwu ya na-aga n'iru taa, mgbe anyị ga-emekwa ihe nkwado nke eji nabata anyị ya na ihe ọṅụ nke anyị ga-eme taa. Nke ọzọ bụ na 8 November, anyị ga-enwe General Assembly, nwekwa what we call our Appreciation Day. Anyị ga-enwe Appreciation Day na 8 November next year. Ihe anyị na-agwapụta ihe a ka anyị na-akwado onwe anyị. Na-etufu oge anyị, aga m agbapụ ya ọsọ n'ihi na m na-atapịa ihe a n'Igbo. Ọ bụrụ na m na-agwa ebe ka eche na anyị kwesịrị imecha, ka m gaa straight na ihe gbasara our management account. M chọrọ ka anyị leba anya na ihe gbasara ka anyị si na-ahazi ihe gbasara ego nke anyị na-enweta. Before I go there, let me just use English and wrap this one. Ma ga ebe a nwere Igbo tapịa ya. The aim is not to show potential sponsors and investors into Ọhanaeze Ndigbo South Africa services that we are ready for business. Instead, within these 100 days, new approach was required to turn things around. The NEC have not received the other information that will be included in the past administration's annual report. As such, the management account presented may not establish whether there are inconsistencies between the information and the reported revenue performance. Should any inconsistency be found, the past administration, and especially Ohaneze Ndigbo Electoral Commission, will request to clarify and make corrections. Will be requested to make clarification and also correction. What we are presenting below now is the management account for the period 10 August 2024. Some assets were procured. The new administration have not taken possession of the items included, including ballots, 10 ballot boxes, ink pad, video, and photographs. These things we have not taken possession of them. They are assets of Ohaneze. Why? Because we use the money of Ohaneze to buy it. So we need to account where they are. So I think we don't have that with us yet. Let me go straight to the management account. The revenue, we have a credit interest of 115 rand and 88 cents. And we have cash deposits as are the ones available to our, in terms to our possession, or the ones we were able to find out. We have cash deposits of 54,000. The total is 54,115 and 88 cents. We made expenses. Total expenses is 44,580 and 69. The surplus, that administration, remember I'm talking about as at 10 August. We were elected on 10th August. So before, I'm telling you what has happened before 10 August. So the surplus we made supposed to be 9,546 rand 88 cents. To share the financial performance, let's look at what is happening to Ọhanaeze Ndigbo revenue. I want us to know why is it so low that we have such an amount. Let us look at what is happening to our revenue. Now we went into our revenue. We have what we call our revenue budget report summary. I'm just going to read it briefly without wasting much of our time. Services. We are using our own as a case study because we didn't know what happened during that. During our own time, within these first 100 days, the services Iriji Ambere, we were expecting 22,300. But actually the money that was paid is 4,500. So in terms of the performance of the revenue, it was very poor, which means a lot of people are owing, they don't pay. So the performance of revenue is even below the mark, so we have 0.05. It's not up to, let's say roughly 5%. It's very poor. Now we look at the services of Imobi. We did held Imobi meeting. We were expecting to have 10,800. I'm not talking about the cost. I'm talking about what we're supposed to generate that day. We only received 1,005. The performance is also very poor, which is roughly 1%. Now we look at state unions. State unions, as at the date we entered, we are expecting 18,000. We got only 7,500. It was 6%. You can see everything here is below even 10%. We are not even talking about 50%. We are not talking about 100%. I want us to understand what we are facing. NEC funding. The NEC itself tried to fund. We brought out 6,900 individual contributions. We also paid the 6,900, the actual. So we had 100% in terms of the performance. Which means if the NEC is funding this organization, we don't have financial problem. We can be doing our things. Now we look at another thing. We look at the organs. The organs are not contributing constitutionally. We don't have that provision where the organs are contributing. And then we look again at provincial executive or provincial chapters. They gave 4,000 and they paid 4,000. And that was actually for a specific project. When we published the memoriam of our late leader, may his soul rest in peace, late Chief Dr. Engineer Emmanuel Iwanyawo. So we saw that the Provincial Executive Council, they tried, they paid all, and we had 100% compliance. So where is the problem going on? We can see the states are not doing what they're supposed to do in terms of paying. We say, apart from the state, individuals even, because nowadays. So I think we understand. Individuals self, they are not paying up. But exactly why we are bringing this analysis, Ọhanaeze, because implication now, around this organization, we cannot give you account because it's our personal money. And that is actually what has happened so far in years back. You see whereby situations where the past executives, they use money from their pocket. They are running the things. At the end, you want them to give you an account. It's not going to be possible. Is it possible? I'm not hearing people. Is it possible? So when we use money from our account and run it, it should be our personal business. Or Zenkan. And that was what has been happening in this organization. When they use money to run this organization, you don't expect them to give you an account because you didn't put anything. You cannot show where you know it. So we want to change that particular situation. That is the area I want us also to be considering. Now, going forward, I want us to understand that if I look at the breakdown of what I've just presented, for example, in Imobi event, we had 22 debtors out of 25, which means 25 people pledged. It's only 3 people that paid. And when we have such a thing, it's a very bad signal for us. So I think we should look at a way of whenever we pledge. If ever just no one rand, you 1 rand. Don't come and 10,000. I'm not calling a phone, you don't pick your phone. It is very bad. So let us start changing. We start from ourselves. Let us not blame people. Let us not blame our organization. Individually, work with a clear conscience. If you don't have it, you don't have it. The little you can afford, this is what you can afford. Let us not come and impress ourselves. Bikono. Or if here. So the main takeaway from this report, let me just round up. 1, traditional funding has failed the needs of this organization. What do I mean by traditional funding? It's a the state. State only. State work. It has failed. Has it actually succeeded? It has not succeeded. Even some of us are keeping quiet. Secondly, tracking the revenue of these 100 days in office means that we must set up an efficient debt management. We need to find a way to hold up our members accountable. So we need to be able to track our debt and be able to recover our debts. Thirdly, we need to pass laws. Because let us take note of these things. My education, let us know where we are going. We need to pass laws allowing date of payment within the financial year. Assuming the states have to make contribution. States, they don't have date, they don't have deadline. They can pay anytime they want. And I don't think it's proper. We have a financial year. So what we are going to do is, what we need to deliberate here is states. As on a financial year, they say February 28. I'm making a suggestion for my own suggestion. I'm making a state before January. Only at that time should be the interest, another the interest. And when I'm more put the interest, I know more put against my head. Are we together? So I want us to have that at the back of mind. These are the things I want us also to deliberate here. Okay, I have some recommendations. One of my recommendations is that debtors are deemed not financial active. Only obliged organization now financially are active. If a state is owing this organization financially, that state is not active. Such will be, and it means that that person should be deactivated. Only for 6 months, I may deactivate. That's my recommendation. Only 6 months, I may deactivate. That is just a recommendation. I'm not taking a decision. It's left for the House. Let's look at another point. If state union or body is the debtor, it will incur an interest of 20%. Deactivated from participating in programs until the debt is settled in full, include the accrued interest. That's another submission. We're going to vote on all these and take decisions. Finally, I'm looking at the neck The NEC, that's one thing the NEC wants to bring to the attention of this General Assembly. One, we pray that you adopt and approve the proposed plan of action, which we are going to read out. These are the following actions we want to present to this organization for approval. One, we want to focus on building a strong and viable Ohaneze structure through structured discussions and policy document approval. Two, I want us to focus on social cohesion, peace and deepening spirit of brotherhood through adoption of interventional strategy rather than condemnation strategy. I want us to start adopting invitational strategy rather than using condemnation strategy. Three, I propose setting all branches in some of the provincial, formal provincial blocks. Let me give you an example. Here in Sandton, we have what we call West-West-Strand, Vereeniging, Pretoria axis. We have that 3 axes, which means when we have a branch, we can have a branch in Vereeniging. I'm using that as an example. It will also help our people because there are a lot of Igbos who are Ndigbo no above. They actually yearn to be part of what we are doing because of distance. So we should look at it also at provincial levels. Already we know in provinces we have our branches. We're also looking at that for Gauteng. Another one, we want to advance a robust system to account for Ndigbo and develop guardrails to ensure a vibrant diaspora agenda. Our diaspora agenda must be very strong in line with the policy of our native land. What am I saying? In line with what we are talking about in Nigeria. I will have to round up to say to us, we need to ensure that we adopt especially our anthem. And from the first point I made, I'm going back to our greeting. I was going to say, Ohaneze. I got to say, Onyahala Wanea. When again, Ohaneze, Onyahala Wanea. Ohaneze, you will be okay. If it's correct, can we clap for ourselves? And I think we go through it. Ohaneze, Onyahala Wanea. Ohaneze, Onyahala Wanea. Ohaneze, you will be okay. Ohaneze, yeah. Ohaneze, yeah. Other things, I leave it. We continue engaging on this document. Thank you.
I will have to call upon the Financial Secretary of Ọhanaeze Ndigbo, Honorable Ozomena, to present the financial policy and budget for next year.
Fellow General Assembly members, the chapter chairman, the general secretary, the vice president, the president, and fellow Ndigbo. I will start this 2025 fiscal framework organizational annual expenditure by reminding us that in quick succession, Ndigbo lost timber and cannibal in Nigeria industry, including our worldwide leaders. May their souls rest in perfect peace. A cornerstone of the policy statement is to drive modernizing the running of Ọhanaeze Ndigbo, South Africa. Our obsession should be on building an answer that will be the envy of our folks in other crimes, to build a capable answer that can deliver benefit to Ndigbo in South Africa. Planning, administration, and emergency financing. 9.8% NEC honorarium. Detail of the organizational annual expenditure will be presented in the General Assembly today. Implementing initiatives like Cultural Feast, Igbo Village, Employment Pathway, and Appreciation Day, and improve the Kadi of Ndigbo youth in South Africa. Building a centralized website for all NEC activities including those of strengthening our chapters and digitalizing some of our businesses, such as elections, meetings, education, outreach on welfare, and other businesses that are relevant. This modernization is in line with former organization standard in South Africa. Making concerted effort to increase the pool of funds, a transformative vehicle to help Ndigbo as an organized body and community. The share of our revenue has been from the state. Going forward, we want to shift to include organs and chapters, and as such, will ensure to reduce duplication in ONSA activity that at the state and chapter levels. On the other hand, ONSA is facing dwindling compliance from the state in payment of their fair share of the running of Ọhanaeze Ndigbo, South Africa. We think something has to be done about that. Structural reform to improve administrative restricted access. To improve outcomes and generate surpluses to enhance the delivery effort of ONSA, a transformative intervention is sought. One aspect is to give the presidency the power and discretion to initiate systems to improve readiness and response time to financial risk facing the organization rather than relying on a single executive body regulation spelled out in the Constitution to address a multi-layered weakness inherent in the organization. The presidency is consulting widely to find ways to enforce regulations of the Constitution and introduce amendments to achieve fiscal sustainability, to achieve fiscal growth for ONSA. The presidency will consider approaching the General Assembly to seek approval for the presidency corporate bill. The regulation countering the abuse of office, process will be submitted to today to pass through General Assembly scrutiny prior to promulgation. To strengthen the neck, to set aside sufficient funds for ONSA responses. The reform sought are financial and constitutional changes. Our efforts are supportive of some of the policies this administration was generated to guide the administration of services prior to this administration. There has not been any policy guideline, but the NEC resolved to turn things around by initiating and adopting some policies. These include management policy, MOB administration policy, and the media policy. Though they have not come into effect, they set the stage for better administration of ONSA system. More of these policies will be churned out by our leadership. In parallel, the executive intensifying effort to fundraise from corporate organizations. We are looking forward to unprecedented cooperation between the corporate bodies and ONSA to improve how we deal with issues facing Ọhanaeze Ndigbo, South Africa. Conclusion. The publication of this budget represents a commitment to the NEC to open a transparent budget process. It is intended to empower all stakeholders to enable them contribute in the discussions of the organization priorities. It makes transparent the budget framework through which the president improves the organization. We hope it is received in this spirit. Over the next 2 years and 260 days, we are embarking on a new journey. We use our collective efforts to turn energy and fellowship into action, and they create an environment to strengthen service to our community, build and invest for the future. We will seize this moment as I close. General Assembly, please permit me to extend my Gratitude to the President for his counsel, support, and sharing freely his insights and expertise. Thank you, my NEC colleagues. I extend my sincere appreciation to the NEC, and lastly, my family, wife, and children. Thank you.
Igbo kwenu. Please, we've circulated one copy each to each table to peruse. Because I have a very, very sensitive issue that we need to deliberate. The main purpose of this is to make Ohaneze function. And the main purpose of this is from what we see on what we think we move Ohaneze forward. So, let us make it clear there is a constitutional review process going on, but what we want is what is called adoption of some bills for Ohaneze to move forward. Bills are in field now, very, very paramount and very, very important for us to move forward. Because as an organization, we need to balance things. So the first bill we want to Ipaka concerning the Council of Igbo State Leaders. Under the present constitution that we are using, those people will organ. And what is an organ? Because the same people are also head of states, and states will organ. So all means in a 7 people will organ. So for us, we feel that instead of those 7 being organ, they should rather fall into working structure of the organization, whereby they will be part and parcel of the policy making, which will make it easier for the organization to move forward. Because when the state leaders join in the provincial structures and the NEC to make a policy or arrive as a policy, technically that policy is half 50% adopted because it's sellable. And then another thing with the board of trustees, they have to be part of the working structure. The reality is Ohaneze board of trustees have been marginalized. That is the reality of the day. These are the people that carry the load of Ohaneze. Today, Ohaneze in a court case, these are the people that will go and show their face. In the bank, these are the people whose names are registered, yet they play no role in Ohaneze. A very, very funny and unfortunate thing. We want the board of trustees to have say in what we are doing. We want them to have to be part of the working structure of Ohaneze. The state leaders, the board of trustees, the provincial leaders, and the National Executive Council. We form the structure. In the state and the provincial structure, we go down to the branches and town union, like a graph. So that is the first bill we want to introduce, that the 2 structures, Igbo Council of State Leaders, leave from organ to be structure, governing structure of Ohaneze, to participate in the daily or in the running of the organization. And the same thing, the board of trustees. Thank you. That one will be amended under Article 10 of the Ohaneze Constitution. Then the second amendment, when it comes to organs, we want to increase the organs to 8. We want to introduce the following organs. The first one will what we name the outreach and welfare organ. Ohaneze abo only cultural festival. Obo iwaji, emime. The people on the street need to feel the impact of Ohaneze. Our brothers and sisters who are less privileged need to feel the impact of this organization. And I actually know when they made this thing, they'll be doing it well. It's easy to criticize, but when you try it, you will know it's not easy. They have been doing it perfectly. And these people form the core of this organization, among the core, the pillars of this organization. Because Well, see, when you are doing things, you remember where you are coming from. You check where you are to be able to project where you are going forward. So the outreach organ, we start to name it Obi Omeogo Ndigbo. That outreach organ shall be the welfare, and this Obi Omeogo Ndigbo shall be the welfare and outreach organ for Ọhanaeze Ndigbo, South Africa. This organ shall lead Ndigbo in all welfare and outreach programs. They will be linked with all provincial structures. They will have to establish structures in all provinces because everybody needs to be carried along. That is the pillar, foundation of this executive council. We want to carry everybody along. And this Obi Omeogo Ndigbo will include all members of Obi Ndigbo registered under the law of South Africa. And anyway, an organization registered under the law of South Africa, Obi Ndigbo, all when they made this outreach. Some people, apology, some people call them Obi Onyendu, so that people will know where we are coming from. Those that participated in the olden days negotiation, like my honorable respected reverend in the white, we know the history and where we are coming from. We need to carry everybody along so that the organization will have one pillar. The Bible says in unity they succeed, in division they fail. So all registered members, in fact, that organ, that name, that organization, registered organization, will be the core foundation of this organ. They are the one we are making Obi Omeogo Ndigbo in Ọhanaeze. The issue of name is not important to us at this function, but what we are about to achieve. Also, all presidents of the 5 Igbo states and 2 Igbo speaking areas of Delta and River will be part of that organ. The reason is to solidify it and make it strong. Because you don't empower them. They need to feel Ohaneze. Then the president of Ọhanaeze and the secretary general will also be members of that organ. And any person of goodwill, charity givers, pastors, churches, bishops, they are all welcome to be this organ, part of this organ. This organ will represent and will be performing our welfare and outreach program. The second organ we want to introduce is Ọhanaeze Igbo Women League. We are in the 21st century. Our women need to be carried along. Our women need to be part of Ime. In Ọhanaeze Imobi in Nigeria, I knew a lot of women inside the Imobi. So, copying from Nigeria, we know that even women are well recognized at home. So we want to form the Women League. We want our women to come together under a strong umbrella to support Ọhanaeze, to work for us. And that Women League, this organ shall coordinate all the activities of Ndigbo women in South Africa. It reserves the right to register any women organization. When we different women organizations, they will be the one to register them under them. They will be like the umbrella for all women, all Igbo women in South Africa. And clubs, with the aim of promoting the progress, welfare, and growth of Igbo women in South Africa. The Women League shall operate independently within the framework of Ọhanaeze Ndigbo, South Africa. The League shall generate and organize our own programs, functions, events, and other things. And we have to support them as the men. The League shall have the following officers: Chair Lady, Vice Chair Lady, Secretary, Financial Secretary, Treasurer, Organizing Secretary, and Welfare. Then the third organ we want to introduce, because there are 4. The third one, Ọhanaeze Youth League. We see the youths are the leaders of tomorrow. If we check all of us seated here, okay. If we look all of us seated here, we are all elderly. Where are the youths? We want to harness our youth. The Youth League shall exist for the purpose of protecting the interests of Igbo youth, harnessing the potentials of Igbo youth, promoting Igbo language, culture and interaction among the youth, with the sole purpose of preservation of Igbo nation and future generation. They shall exist on their own. They shall organize their own program in accordance with their own age group, and we groom them to take over from us. In 20 years' time, many of us will not be here. Ndigbo name cannot be wiped out. We need people to take over. It cannot be us. We need the leaders of tomorrow. So we are emphasizing, we are putting this bill for the creation of this organ. The league shall have the following: chairperson, vice chairperson, secretary, financial secretary, treasurer, organizing officer, and also welfare officer. And the last organ we want to create is to harness our professionals, academians, and business people. We call it noble business people. Ndi name legit. So this organ, we name it Council of Igbo Professionals, Academia, and Noble Businessmen and Women. This organ shall comprises of selected and leaders of various Igbo professional bodies. Dika anyị nwere LASA, anyị nwere Igbo doctors, anyị nwere Igbo pastors, anyị nwere some other Igbo business organizations. Their leaders will come together, they will harness themselves, they will come organize themselves, and they will set up criteria to bring in people. Admission into this body will be determined by the constituted body. They will determine the procedure and the condition of admission. And we need to send a good message to our host country that all Ndigbo are not criminals. This body, admission into this body shall be determined by the constituted body, and the body shall be tasked with providing professional advices, services, and others as it may deem fit by the organization. For instance, a legal situation, Igbo lawyers. Through this council, they will contact the Igbo lawyers. A medical, if they feel that Ndigbo are too sick, through this council, they will contact Igbo doctors. They carry out outreach for us. We harness our people. We harness the future generation and the professionals under one body. Ohaneze cannot remain as a only cultural organization. Why? We have people that can move this organization forward. Through it, they can form other unions, like my brother Akid is an estate guru. They can form Igbo estate guru and come into that body to harness and promote our people. That is concerning the organ. We also want to go into amendments of some section of the Constitution, and you feel that it is help to serve the interests of Ndigbo. It goes to issue of it mostly center on Eze in Council. One is that the present Constitution says all trustees are mandatory members. We want to make it by interest. And the removal, also past and serving president and NEC members, we want it to be only serving president and a secretary. If they want to continue after their tenure, it should be a matter of choice. The Constitution should not bind them, because as it is, many people are binding in council, but very few are participating. That is the truth of the matter. If you check the constitutional composition in council, and the people that are participating, they are not up to 10%. So it will also give the council more liberty to harness its membership. And the final amendment comes to this issue of General Assembly. We discovered that Section 1D of the Constitution states that all members of Eze in Council are automatic General Assembly members. It therefore means that when states like Anambra, Imo, Abia are bringing 10 delegates here, when states like River and Delta are bringing 5 delegates, all Eze council members are delegates, means they are more than entire delegates. They are not the only organs of Ohaneze. We have 8, and we believe in equity. So we are proposing that section, Article 17, Section D, 1D, should be scrapped, and we should change it to 5 delegates from all organs. That means that the General Assembly, all the 8 organs will be sending 5 delegates equally. That is our constitutional provision. What we want to amend, I will hand it over to the President General to continue with the session. Thank you.
From the presidency, we have something we want to also submit. And I have to read it because this thing will be loaded to the website the moment it starts running, and we have time for it. We may not be able to deliberate it here today because we have a lot of things. I, Dr. ABC Okoko, Dijwa Chairman, responsible for IMOBI, hereby intend to make and bolster some sections of the Constitution in respect of amendments to the IMOBI organ, as contained in the Constitution, Article 21, as attached herewith. And that I will send into the website and give some of the hard copies. Interested parties in IMOBI are invited to submit comments on the proposed regulations within 30 days from the date of this publication or proclamation to this notice to the chairman IMOBI. My email address is here, or for the attention of the chairman IMOBI, copies of the draft regulations can be obtained from the website of ONSA. Please note, the website should be running maybe in the next 2 weeks. I know I'm giving that time. Or the WhatsApp forum of IMOBI, or the delegates through professional formations WhatsApp page. We are going to, like I've mentioned now, we are going to create a WhatsApp page for delegates of this particular gathering, and also professionals. They are part of that. It's not the original Ohaneze platform, you know. For these delegates, that's why we say everybody put your contact, because all of us will be in that particular forum. We'll be discussing business. It's not for, in fact, in terms of that, we'll be implementing our media policy. So before you join, you do anything, you should know our media policy. The moment you go contrary to our media policy, you will be kicked out and you will be disqualified as a delegate. So it's going to be guided and controlled. Finally, I also want to understand that there are things I would like us to implement today. It's just a matter of time. We want to create, in Constitution makes provision for an institution called the Tradition Institution Ethics Body. We want to today implement it. It should not be on paper. We have to get somebody to get it going. Another thing, I would like us also to inform ourselves that other matters concerning IMOBI will be strictly considered in IMOBI. It's not for general consumption. The issue of Obi Ome Ogo Ndigbo. Oh, by the way, we want to adopt that name. I would like us to adopt it. If there is a name we want to go with, we want to actually adopt it. Already the secretary have already mentioned what their work or what their duty or responsibilities is going to be, so that we carry them along, which means that is the name we are going to use within us in Ohaneze. They can answer any other name, because even if you have a business, you can say trading us or AKA. We always allow such things to happen. So let us have that at the back of our mind. Without much ado, before I hand over, initially we wanted to, for the sake of time, we could have allowed 2 members. If they have any suggestion they want to make for the Constitution, we could have liked to hear it in this particular forum, not to be a hearsay. So I would give the moderator time, somebody, not these particular ones we have brought, if you have any other thing, submission you want to make about the Constitution, because we are looking at submissions now before we talk about adoption and other things. Our moderator can help us. Thank you.
Ọhanaeze Ndigbo question. President just Kuzera here now, so Oga will go to night just forget quite easily. President General, with much due respect to you and your executive, I think to whom honor is due, that honor has to be given to the person. In a short space of 100 days, you have done now. When we talk about constitution amendments, the dynamics situation though, sorry, threw some people off guard, but you came back, go why off.
Yes.
So, and I'm standing on the second one, kick over off. Now, I think I'm on the right track. The proposals the executive put across towards the amendment of the Constitution are not in finality, just like he has told us now. I would like to add as well, Esina, the IMOB sectional aspect of the Constitution should also have that amendment done on two areas. In one area, I like him that I'm an engineer, personally, and I like him that narrative that IMOB is supreme. Personally, I do not like that narrative one bit. From where I'm standing, General Assembly should be supreme and not IMOB. So that is one. That is one, because I normally go back to the Then the second one, for the interest of time. The second one, Uno check here in that IMOB cabinet. The number keeps skyrocketing. The skyrocket of IMOB cabinet is not doing us any good. I want to believe that when ABC Okoko steps down now, ceases from being the president of Ọhanaeze Ndigbo and be the ex-president of Ọhanaeze Ndigbo, he joins to the number of IMOB. His secretary joins to the number of IMOB. So by so doing, IMOB will one day get to 100 members. As we speak currently, I don't know almost 50 names here as IMOB. And that is not in any way helpful. So if there is any other methodology I can implement on how to regulate the membership of IMOB, so that could happen with this number that is skyrocketing on a very annual basis. For the interest of time, I stop here.
Thank you kindly.
Now, going to the comment our engineer made, I want us to believe that, yes, we are actually trying to actually resolve certain things. In terms of the IMOB he mentioned, that's the reason I said I'll forward this document, especially to IMOB. For example, one of the things we are looking at is what we call IMOB audit. We need to be auditing IMOB. We can't just allow IMOB because there are a lot of people who are in IMOB, they are no more in this country. So if they can, see a way of managing it, I don't think we'll be having this problem. So there are other measures we want us to approve. We have already proposed, which we send, is for them to comment, then we'll look at it. We can now send it to the Constitution Review Committee. If we want to adopt it, it's fine. If we want to toss it out, it is the best of our luck. Thank you.
It gives me much pleasure to stand before you all to give these closing remarks. I stand on the established protocol. The President General, Dr. Ebisi Okoko, the entire NEC that are on the high table, the royal fathers, the spiritual fathers, and the entire Ohaneze. As already introduced, I'm Professor Damian Chinedu Onwudiwe from Northwest University, and the Vice President for Ọhanaeze Ndigbo, Northwest, Mafikeng. When I was told to give the closing remark, there was a question I asked. I said, what must I say? Dr. ABC Okoko said, speak from your heart. And so I'm going to speak from my heart. And one of the things I want to say is there is power in unity. Like the wise ones will say, among every 12 there is a Judas. It is difficult. If among the 12 disciples we had a Judas, it will be difficult to say in our own gathering, in different structures, in different provinces, we won't have a Judas. But what I want to emphasize is, in as much as it is humanly possible, that the unity of Ohaneze must be paramount and sacrosanct, so that in everywhere we find ourselves, we try to carry one another along. Just like our PD said, it is a sacrifice that we all must make. And from my own personal experience, I will tell you, it is a sacrifice that is not an easy one. It is not an easy one because sometimes it takes a lot from us to make sure that Ohaneze stands. And I'm somebody who listened to my father a lot, and he told me a story about Ndigbo. And Ndigbo was the only tribe in Nigeria that we have a collective responsibility, whereby in those days, my dad would tell me about how Ndigbo will send somebody from the community outside the country to go and study, who is not even their own child. So when you listen to people say there is no unity among Igbo, I beg to disagree. Because while Awolowo was sending the Westerners using their scholarship or the proceeds from Kuku, the Igbos were sending their own kids outside the country using their collective contributions. And so if we look at the history of Ohaneze, officially Ohaneze was founded in 1979. But if you look down deeper, it was not when Ohaneze started. Ohaneze actually started in the early 1930s. And it was started because the Igbo people in Lagos then formed a union called Lagos Igbo Union. This Lagos Igbo Union wanted to welcome their son, our son, who went abroad to go and study medicine, Dr. Francis Akan Libya. He was landing at Murtala Mohammed Airport, and the entire Igbos in Lagos came together. They wanted to welcome him. So this gathering began to gain traction, and in 1943 they said, no, we need to expand it. Lagos Igbo Union became Federal Igbo Union. And in 1946, they said, now we must have a conference. The conference held in Port Harcourt. And after that conference, they said, now we must now be more inclusive. We must bring the entire Eastern region, all the states in the Eastern region, we must bring them together. And that was when Nnamdi Azikiwe became the first chairman. In those days, it was not called President General, it was called the chairman of Igbo Forum. After that conference, it was changed to Igbo Forum. Then again, this Igbo Forum suffered in the 1966 when Major General Johnson Thomas Ironsi banned all political parties, including associations. Again, but because Ohaneze was meant to be, it was resurrected again after the tribal war of 1967 to 1970. And so in 1976, Igbo again felt the need to come together under one umbrella. And that was when the name Ohaneze now came to be. So in 1979, the same Francis Akanu Ibiam, who by then has dropped his doctorate degree because he said, I cannot be a doctor, given by the British who were supporting the government that were killing my people. He didn't stop there. He also dropped his, I think it was a knight. He dropped his knighthood. So that was when Ohaneze is officially known to have started in 1979, but it is important to go down memory lane. Ohaneze actually started in early 30s. So if we are part of Ohaneze, an organization that started many years ago before, I don't think any of us were born in 1930. So I think it is our responsibility to uphold this organization. So on behalf of the entire National Executive Council, I want to plead with every one of us that Ohaneze is what we make it to be. We must change the narratives. We must change the way that outsiders see us in all these spheres and everywhere we find ourselves. And how can we do this? By being the change that we want to see. Thank you very much.
I humbly want to suggest, and actually I'm using my veto power to appoint Dr. Ifi Emedo to be the person to help us to midwife the women's wing. Please, can we clap for her? Dr. Ifi, can you stand up for us? Thank you. I want us to also look at our youth wing. I will leave it to my deputy. He knows what to do to get sure that it's midwife the next particular important committees, strategy and planning committee. We want it to be midwife and also get functioning. I'm appointing or I'm nominating and appointing at the same time, sorry, the strategy and planning committee, Reverend Barrister Jimado to be co-chaired with Honorable Sami Iweka. Yezudo, Biko Popotohana. By next General Assembly, then report so we'll be expecting something from them. I think we will all be excited to hear from them. The next one is the disciplinary committee. It's important. Because I'm going to appoint our Dr. Fidelis Odeniwani. It is very budget, he fights without fear and favor. So please, I would like these people at God to incorporate those other people that can help them, so that we can be able to move forward. Thank you. You're absolutely very well behaved crowd. A traditional institution in this council, which we can actually reply if we want to do that, is there for the general house. I want it to be led by one of our the Ezes or the HGs, I'm going to appoint Ezemwa. Already Ezemwa here. I will appoint him to look into that, so that by next meeting I can report what is going on, and let us look at actually how it goes. Because I know our constitution rule, let us follow it. Let us not just leave the constitution lying. Thank you.